recap the cross-country nationals for us a little bit?
Well, I think, having time to reflect back on it, it's been a few weeks, gives a different perspective than obviously probably if you talked to me 10 minutes after. Looking back now, I think it was a good experience for a lot of the guys. We have two guys who won't be on the squad next year with graduation, running out of eligibility, that sort of thing. So those ones returning, it was a good experience. I think they saw what they needed to see at the national meet, that being, the level of competition is going to be fairly high.
Mm-hmm.
I think they understand what it's going to take to be successful there now, where before, I think leading into it, we had a lot of people talking about, you've done something great, you've done something that hasn't been done here. And to hear that over and over for 2 weeks, and then psychologically try and get them to understand that, the task isn't done yet was pretty challenging. But now they know that they're going to be able to kind of take that, internalize it, hopefully when we're back there next year with new people on the roster, they'll be able to teach them what it takes to be successful there prior to getting there. And we should have a good race, hopefully.
Take us back to that moment, right as the race was starting, happening, and then finishing in the more in the context of actually being there.
And we kind of talked about top 20, top 25, and to miss that top 25 by 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
With my nature being, well, could we do this differently or that differently? You start picking at all those things, and that hits you really quick. So that was kind of my first reaction. But, all in all, the experience was, like I said, for them, it was really cool. You have a couple of guys who've really been part of this process for 4 years to get us to this point. The first one, Spencer Rupe. I've known Spencer for about 5 years now. And we've talked before. One of the things I've kind of pinpointed with him, and I think specifically, the team succeeding the way it did this year, you can put it on his maturity. He really stepped up in a big way this year and keeping the team on track consistently all the time. And then the other one was Jason Dell. It's taken him a couple years to kind of figure out what it takes to, train and race at a high level. And you can kind of see once he figures it out, he's a really great runner. Unfortunately, he had an injury this year. He kind of didn't let that destroy his season and came back and was our number one guy at the national meet, just like he started the season. So for him to kind of have that big turnaround, I was really happy for him.